Welcome to the channel. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Now this is a very special unboxing. This could be quite possibly the best GS Homage on AliExpress that I am about to unbox. But let me take out the box and let me introduce this to you. Now if you haven't heard of the brand, you definitely would want to check the brand out. And I do want to take a couple of minutes showing you what they have on their website. So let's take out the box. You've got a white cardboard sleeve and you've got a leatherette PVC watch case. That's all we need, as long as it protects the watch. So once we take it out, this is the brand. It's called Homage. Now, we've heard of worse names, right? The name is something which I'm definitely not keen on, and I can imagine a lot of you guys won't be keen on this name also, but we've got to give them a chance. At this point, let me take you over to the website and give you a brief introduction to who they are. Well, not so much into who they are, but what they actually sell. If you look on the website, they have covered some of the most iconic Seiko watches. You've got the Seiko GS Homage, which I'm about to show you guys. You've also got the MM300. You've also got the 62 Mass Homage, as well as a few others. But just focusing on the Seiko Homages, they look absolutely incredible. The 62 Mass Homage looks aggressive. It looks quite different than the one that we've seen. They're doing a PVD version. I love the bezel insert options, and also the MM300 watches. I'm a massive fan of MM300 watches, and to me, I think Proxima and San Martin lead the market when it comes to that homage. But Homage have really interesting designs. The bezel insert options and the case itself looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm very excited to be reviewing other models also. Now back to this particular one. This, I said, could it be the best GS Homage? Certainly so. As soon as you take this out the box, everything about this watch, it just looks amazing, and that's with the plastic still on. So bear with me while I take this plastic off. And here we have the Homage GS Homage. Now instantly, as soon as you take this watch out of the packaging, this is what hits you in your face. The sheer quality and finishing present, it just blows you away. Just have a look at these hour markers on the dial. Have a look at the hands. You can't help but see this. As soon as you get the light hitting this, it does look absolutely incredible. The bracelet also, everything just looks so well made, to the point where you think, is it too good to be true? I really like this, I gotta say. It just looks spectacular. Now, the biggest problem I had is choosing the variant that you want. If we pop the store back up, they have an absolute plethora of dial options, and they are all amazing to look at. You've also got like the bronze versions, the gold version, sorry. You've got different color combinations, different case colors, and there's just too much going on. You've also got leather options, but of course you'd always opt for the bracelet and then get additional leather if you want. But the dial options, from sunburst grays to heavily textured dials, again homaging those GS style patterns. I was lost on which one to choose. I ended up going with this sort of linen style dial. The issue with sunburst gray is, even though how nice it looks, the hands tend to disappear on that style of dial. I was also considering blue, red. The blue sunburst looks awesome, but the point being, they all look great. And I actually wanted the one with the logo, just to show that to you guys, but I think the seller ended up sending me one without a logo, so it looks a bit blank. And I think it's important to have the logo because it is the brand that's made it. So I'll put a picture of what the logo looks like, and aside from the name, I think the logo is designed well. It's an applied logo, and I like the size of the font used. I think that's bang on. It's just they need to work on the name. It doesn't readily roll off the tongue, does it? Now Homage, I don't know what it means. Yeah, a very, very odd name indeed. Now, I don't know if the seller wants to kind of change that name, but when I spoke to them, they weren't really interested in a name change. And I can see why, because they've got so many models out there. Maybe, in the near future, they might consider that. But as it stands, I think from what I can see, wow, the name does not bother me. And if you're anything like I am, you just go onto AliExpress and find yourself a nice dial and go about modifying this 100% without a doubt. Now let's give you an overrun of the specifications and dimensions, and then I'll put this away so I can give this a detailed review pretty soon. Usual specifications: Seiko NH35 movement, sapphire crystal, full stainless steel construction, as you can see, 100 meters of water resistance, screw down case back, screw down crown. You also got an exhibition case back. In terms of the bracelet, I'm, you know, literally stunned as I'm speaking to you guys. The bracelet is solid end links, all solid links with screws, a milled clasp, a fold-over clasp. So it looks like an older San Martin clasp, which is nice. Obviously, no logo, no branding on the crown. Well, I think you've got a slight squiggle there, but nothing, you know, significant. So I can say this at this moment: if you are considering this watch, then don't wait for the full review. Just go ahead and get it, because just that dial alone, let me zoom in a bit and give you just some more information on this. Just that dial alone, just have a look at those hour markers. On these, the best hour markers you've ever seen. Wow, the chamfering, the brushing, all those angles on those hour markers. This is a very stunning watch, and the handset, so well executed, and that coarse linear brushing. This watch really does stand out. Price is £165. I mean, it might go up £10–20 depending on which particular variant you go for, but definitely worth it. Mark my words, guys. I mean, the only one really that I can think of that has got any competition with this is going to be the Seaston GS Homage. So I'll definitely be doing a comparison in the near future between the two watches after the full review of this. So now let's look at dimensions. So the case diameter is 40mm, a thickness of 12mm, which is not bad at all considering it's NH35. And you've got lug to lug of 46mm, so quite compact, but you do have male end links, so the overall measurement on that would be 52mm. And let's see how it looks on the side. But you do have quite a nice slope, so it probably won't stick out over the wrist. The lug width is 22mm, which tapers down to 18mm, and the overall weight is around 165 grams. There's a fair bit of weight behind that watch. So the more I look at this watch, the more stunned I am, and the less I care about the name. In all honesty, the finishing, it looks impeccable, and I'm trying my best not to talk about this. I know it's just an unboxing, I want to save some stuff for the actual review, but it just looks so damn good. Yeah, chapter ring, you know, looks aligned, but I'm blown away by the dial aesthetics. I think it's probably the best looking watch coming out from AliExpress. So Romalti is definitely a brand to keep an eye on. I hope they continue to make more models. I just can't wait to get my hands on the other things they do, but I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth well into this watch and coming back with a thorough review, taking you around the whole watch, all the different features that I can see in front of me now. It is slightly overwhelming because there's just so much going on, and I love what they've done with it. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to buy it, trust me, get one. I don't see anything so far which is gonna be a deal breaker, aside from the name, if you're that particular. But then do what I said at the start of the video and, you know, get yourself a really good looking modded watch. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and please subscribe if you haven't done so, because you definitely want to see the full review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next vid.